Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. After knowing that Muslims are very reserved and very congested and very defensive about the concept of evolution and many other scientific concepts, and they behave just like they were behaving when the Britishers occupied over a majority of the area, and we were looking up to them for replying to atheism or atheists about the question they asked from religion, and they were scientific based. And I have talked about it in my another video how atheism got into us. And we Muslim actually we gave birth to modern science, scientific method, and all these invention and discoveries. And we were not scared, we were not afraid at that time, and we shouldn't be even now, because Islam is truth, Allah is truth, and science has nothing to. So we are supposed to, we are not supposed to be afraid of science, because science is our friend, and it is just what Allah has asked us to ponder and think and discover and search about what Allah has created. So Allah has encouraged us to do these things, and those peoples, when they did these things, they actually had some perspective in their mind to deny and discourage religion. So they always think through a narrow picture. They always see nature, universe, and everything Allah created through a narrow picture of their perspective, which is denial of creation, God, and religious belief. So we are supposed to not we are not supposed to be afraid or scared of them and their thinking, because we are immune to wrong or uh, false, like that, because Allah has created everything. Let me explain it more betterly, that when Allah say He created everything, and He created heaven and earth, and our world, and habitat, and trees, and everything, vegetation, everything, when He created here in this world, He created them in 6 days. And we already know that Allah do not use hands, or He do not physically intervene for creating something. He actually say kun fayakun. So he say kun means be, then it is. So if he says kun, like be to something, then it happens. It occurred. It even he do not have to say kun. He if he wish something, that happens. So he do not use hands. That's why he created everything by saying kun, and then the process started. The process of creation started, which those scientists call evolution. We are not supposed to discard evolution. I have read an article, and I have seen that evolution has been removed from syllabus and curriculum in most of Islamic countries, and they are scared of it. It is against Islam. It is like this, and there is a very minor information related to evolution. We have to consider. We have to distinguish it, and we have to clear it. Then we have no problem with evolution. There is very little and tiny information and distinction we have to make. So we shouldn't discard evolution. Evolution is actually creation. Allah created by saying kun, and everything just with the passage of time just created that way, which they call evolution. Where is the distinction? Distinction is there. We do not believe that humans have evolved from apes or common sense ancestor of monkeys. We do not believe that. On the other hand, every single animal on earth is evolved through the process of evolution, or you can say it is something. It is a kun of. kun from Allah. So every species, every animal is evolved or is created through that way. But we humans, we came from heaven. We are created there. Angels created our body, and we were like made of soil, and then uh, life and soul was put into our body, and our face specifically is created physical intervention, or physically intervening by Allah. Allah created our face specifically with his hands, as we know this from from narrations. On the other hand, when Adam and Eve took that fruit from heaven, that actually changed their DNA, their body, their structure to be able to survive on Earth. Like it was converted into very much like animals, like on Earth, who eat, drink, and ease their self, like producing feces and urine, like these kinds of things, and reproductive systems were changed then, because we know Adam and Eve were trying to put leaves from heaven to cover their body. That means their reproductive systems were very different before, but they changed after taking the fruit. So it is very simple and easy explanation, and we can have evolution completely in our curriculum, in our books, and in our schools. And we have to just make this distinction, that we humans very likely now are like animals because of that fruit which gave us those traits. But on the other hand, our intellect, our wisdom, our intelligence, our abilities are way different than animals because of that creation which happened on in heaven, and because of soul. The soul was given to us, and that soul actually made a huge difference for humans to have this kind of nature, free will. And that's why when we are born, we are empty. We have no codes, we have no instructions. Then we adopt what our parents told us. But in among animals, no matter where a dog is born, where a goat is born, where a bull is born, they share same traits, like they speak like in a same way, and you cannot make them interpret them. Like if you interpret donkey and horse, they will produce a mule which has good body, a very good strength, but they cannot reproduce. Interspecies interbreeding do not uh, give a species which can reproduce again. So there is no evidence of interbreeding at all. So that is not scientifically possible. But uh, all those species were evolved, not maybe from one species, but maybe different organism at that time. And Allah has talked about that. Allah sent water on earth, and then mixture of soil and water. There come everything which we see on earth, or we even cannot see. So we shouldn't discard evolution. There is very easy and acceptable explanation for that. We have to make a very tiny distinction between human evolution or human creation than the creation of animals or anything on earth, which is a process. You can call it evolution, but that is in reality a creation, instruction given by God. Those DNA scientists cannot produce artificially, cannot produce DNA artificially. They have tried in labs, they cannot produce DNA. DNA are those codes, those instructions which give us existence, and even animals. They cannot produce it. How could nature can produce, we human cannot produce it? They have simulated all those processes which occurred during the evolution, but they cannot produce DNA artificially. Can you imagine? There is a lot of things into it, and if you go deep into it, then you can find a lot of explanation for us, as if even we want to defend, we even do not need to defend it, because it is clear to us that is knowledge. We have attained knowledge about how Allah created everything, and those so-called atheists just given them some funky names and some kind of uh, names, and they think they have found answer for God to not to exist. So do not take those lightly. Like, do not take those things, uh, give them much value, because Islam is truth, and there is explanation for everything. There is explanation for everything from Quran and from Islam and from religion, and we are on the right path. So just accept them and analyze them and search them and check them. You will find truth. We shouldn't be scared. We shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't be defensive about these things, because we have explanation for everything, and that is truth and that is correct. So I think it's getting very long, and I will make a lot of videos about evolution, because now I've seen that a lot of Muslims are doubting about creation, Allah, and they are changing to atheism. In fact, this evolution is only thing which need to be explained a little bit, while all other those theories and those information they give about cosmos, they give about astronomy and these kinds of things, they are just their theories. And what if they are explaining something? Does that means they are supposed to deny God? They are worthless things. We shouldn't be bothered by them. We shouldn't be bothered by those. Are atheists searching, they give their own prospect into it, while we are supposed to do this. Allah has asked us to do this. Our ancestor has done this. Our ancestor has done a lot of things uh, scientifically, which they could even not think of attaining or doing. We give them a base, a ground, a solid ground, then they have achieved a little bit more, and in more detail, you can say that. Obviously, when you have tools, you can create something. We have given them tools, we have given them equipments, we have given them labs and these kinds of things. And now they are trying to tell us that we are wrong. That is very, pathetic. And we Muslim have lost our heritage, and I have talked about this in how atheism got into us. They are just psyche, there is just a mindset behind this, and we have taken this from Christianity. They are totally empty people. The Christians are empty. They have destroyed their scripture for those people, for those atheists from Greek era. They have destroyed their religion by themselves. They have uh, uh, put something for making them happy, which were wrong, and now those things are biting them. But we Muslims, we have everything in pure form, so we shouldn't be scared or afraid of anything, and we have explanation for everything. So I hope you understand it, and I have a lot of concern about it, and I will make more videos about it, and we'll talk about it in more detail. Until then, thank you very much for listening me, and please support me on my channel. To if you watch my videos and share my videos and even subscribe my channel, it will motivate me. It will encourage me, while I get discouraged when I see people are not watching my videos, and probably we are using their platform and they are not spreading it. A song can be seen quickly in millions times by peoples, and that come. Even I am a religious person and I watch religious stuff. Those stupid stuff comes in on my account, and on they suggest me even those things. That is weird because that is their platform. So I need your support, and I need some peoples who can help me in the search as well, because we humans have limitation, and we have personal lives as well. So I want some good brains to be with me, to be with me and help me in this quest and this matter. And about in 2012 I started doing debates on debate.org, and I have done very well there that time, but I became sick after a little while, so I couldn't continue it. While I had all these visions and knowledge for very long time, and I couldn't present it, and I couldn't make video because of my sickness and lack of resources, and I was lazy as well. So, but now, no matter what, I'm going to make these videos, and I'm going to educate people, inshallah, and may Allah help me for that. And inshallah, see you soon. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.